Well, 1 month to go, we are into the fine, very fine details, I would say. We have had an excellent campaign of test events. We've learned a lot. Slight modifications have been made to the operational plans. The venues are ready. They look fantastic. They have now received the look of the games, and frankly, it's impeccable. So very confident at this stage. The arrival into Beijing and the closed loop was a seamless operation. Very, very good training for all the staffs. The only thing we couldn't see were the smiles behind the mask, but for the rest, really, it was impeccable. It took us between 35 to 40 minutes from the moment we came down from the plane into the bus, straight into the hotel. So honestly, it's incredible what they have done. This experience, I'm certain, will be the same for everybody coming after us. So we were the guinea pigs, but I would say that they were already very, very well trained. The playbooks actually should be a way of life. This is our way to create safe conditions for all participants. Those playbooks for Beijing have been refined since the first edition that we used in the context of Tokyo. And we had assistance from a number of experts, including WHO. This is really those rules that have to be followed, but not only at the time of the games, already now. Wearing a mask, using gel, why not self-testing when it's possible? It is really important that those preventive measures are in place for everybody from now to avoid to contract the virus and spoil what is coming up, which is a travel in the next days, in the next weeks. So following the playbook is immensely important, starting now. Well, the first thing that is essential when you're a close contact is that being an athlete, or for that matter, an official, the role will continue, although the conditions will be slightly different. Instead of being tested once a day, it's going to be a testing twice a day. As an athlete, you will be able to train, to compete as well, which is excellent. But, for example, the gym will be separate. The dining will be separate as well. Transportation will be separate too, in order to avoid that others become close contacts. So the rules are really designed to protect everyone, to make sure that the roles can be fulfilled, especially for the athletes, but as well limiting possible contamination. So everything has been done, no stone unturned from the organizing committee side. Should an athlete unfortunately test positive, he or she would have to return 2 negative PCR tests separated by 24 hours. Then he or she would move to a regime where the test will be made twice a day. This is an improvement compared to the conditions we had in Tokyo, where actually a quarantine of minimum 10 days was imposed. So again, 2 negative PCRs separated by 24 hours. This is very flexible. Well, the feeling was one of excitement. Everybody mentioned that they can't wait to be here in Beijing and for the games to open on the 4th. Everybody understands as well what we repeated, that is to live by the playbook rules from now until they arrive into the closed loop, which will be very, very safe. But there is a lot of excitement. Obviously, the games for all of us and for the athletes in particular is the main objective within the 4-year cycle. So they are prepared. The athletes yesterday evening, this was the last call, were incredibly supportive, but also very excited to be here with us. Should an athlete test positive shortly before his or her departure, we want to make sure that there is still an option to come to Beijing. Preparation for many years to be spoiled at the very last minute is something we want to avoid at any cost. So what we have put in place is a mechanism where each situation can be reviewed by a panel of experts. Concretely, each and every situation will be reviewed in great details. We owe it to the athletes to be as forensic as we can, because for years they've been preparing to come to these games and to be with us on the occasion of the opening ceremony on the 4th of February.